Oh, how far north have you been, Q? Have you actually like been all the way up? As far as it, how far does it go? I mean, Canada and then this Greenland is further up, right? How far north have you been? Whitehorse is really nice apparently, modern city. Maybe I should look that up. Hold on, I'm gonna take a break here. Whitehorse? Whitehorse... Yukon? Yeah, Greenland is off the side. Whitehorse, a city in Canada, thanks, Google. It's not a port though. It's a... let's see where this is. We need a port city, Q. A port city that facilitates shipping in the Arctic Circle. Okay, Whitehorse is still significantly not on the northern coastline of Canada. You know, there's a lot of stuff up here. There's a remarkable amount of... okay, can I like... Alright, let me just switch over to full screen. So, Whitehorse is there, right? Oh, it's behind my face, my bad. Is it behind my... no, it's there? There's Whitehorse there. So if we want to invest, if we want to speculate in climate change property, you would like... you would buy land here? What on earth is Alert? Alert is... it's the northernmost permanently inhabited place in the world. Sounds good. Q says there's only one place on northern coastline and it's at the end of a long road. Google Street View stops a couple of kilometers before. Oh, that sucks. Okay, let's go for satellite view. Alert is an early warning place. Oh man, hey, look at all this ice. It does look depressing. It does look a little bit depressing. I mean, it's just a whole lot of ice. I can't even tell what that is. So Alert is a military installation, I guess. Maybe we don't need to be this far north. Oh hey, we are... what's going on? We're in Earth mode. Oh wow, we're in Earth mode. Hey, look how 3D this is. Too far. Well, I mean, it's too far north now, Q. But imagine, you know, like in 200 years' time, when the Earth's temperature is like 10 degrees hotter. It's gonna be a disaster. But this becomes prime real estate. So we need to... we need to figure out... it's north, but not so close to the coastline that it falls underneath the ocean when the sea level rises, right? So it's like, this might be too close, like it might go underwater by that point. Oh, reindeer station, that's charming. Imagine reindeer station becoming a huge metropolis. And there's no reindeer anymore, it's just gonna be skyscrapers and giant container ports. Kittigezut? Are these supposed to be towns, or are these just places? How interesting. Okay, we're in Alaska now, right? Yeah, now we're in Alaska. What is this? Oh, there is a town there. A small, yeah, small Inuit villages. You know, you're looking at hundreds of kilometers north of the tree line. Even 200 years and warmer, there won't be much of there. Q, You need to have vision. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like, all these little Inuit villages, they're gonna become billionaires once they start building their container ports. You know, like, all the people, like, Florida is gonna be underwater, and so all the people, like, Texas and California is gonna be uninhabitable because it's gonna be too hot, right? So, like, all the stuff down there is too hot, like, Mexico's too hot, so then all the people just move north. And then all this becomes prime real estate, and all these Inuit and First Nations little villages become just prime real estate, and they become billionaires. All right, let's go back to Minecraft and stop looking at that. All right, good. Let's keep going. Move north to the Canada border. I mean, they might just annex Canada. You know, the United States are always going to annex Canada. How do I do this? I think we go straight across there, right? Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? Is that an igloo? Oh, nuts! There's an igloo here. That is an igloo, right? Okay, so this is a structure. I didn't see this. Structures are meant to be destinations, even little igloos. Okay, well let's try to avoid plowing through the igloo there. Q says, yeah, I think Canada just might be screwed in that way. I mean, I've always... in the back of my mind, I've always thought, like, wouldn't China just move up into the Russian Far East? And then wouldn't the United States just move up into Canada? Seems kind of disastrous, but, you know, like, 200 years in the future, it's probably the kind of thing that might happen. Let's get rid of this tree. Oh, wait a minute. Do we go across or do we go diagonal? I think I was meant to go diagonal. Oh yeah, no, we go diagonal from here. Okay, let's just actually I already cut down some trees here though. Maybe we go straight across this way and then diagonal. Q says, I saw that a local municipality created a scientific report that expected up to 25, what is that, inches? Sea rise by 2100 max, not likely. Most of that municipal is less than 5 feet above sea level, so they're building a lot of dikes. Yeah, no, dikes. Just move. Just up and move. Feet. Oh, it's feet. Wait, 25 feet? What, are they expecting the entire Antarctica to melt? Although it might happen. Antarctica might just melt. You know, back in the dinosaurs days, Antarctica used to be a forest. Which is... So there's also a lot of coal in Antarctica because it used to be a forest. So we let Antarctica melt, and then we dig up all the coal and we burn that coal as well. Right, Q? And then there'll be 25 feet of sea level rise. Apparently it would be 4 degrees, but oh, only 4 degrees is 25 feet? Wait a minute, 4 degrees is 25 feet? It could be by the way. I mean, a lot of the ice is already melting, so who knows. I thought it takes more than 4 degrees for 25 feet. I mean, either way, I'm not sure dikes is the answer, man. 25 feet of dikes. I would just move the town. Like, why even stay there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we come down a wee bit. Buy property up in the Arctic Circle. Maybe it's a bit. I mean, the problem with that plan is that there's so much Arctic Circle, and you only need maybe like 4 or 5 ports around the whole thing. What is like Russia, Canada, United States, maybe Scandinavian countries like Sweden. Sweden goes up to the north, and I guess Norway, Sweden. Okay, they decided to believe that it will only be 1.2 meters by the end of century. The whole area is less than 1 meter above sea level. Yeah, no, the dikes don't really help, I don't think. I mean, we saw what Hurricane Katrina did to the dikes around New Orleans. Like, it helps until they help until they don't. It's the problem. Like, they work until they don't work, and then you're underwater. One, 2, 3, and 4. The middle of Vancouver. Long stream. Oh, I took a break, Cody. I was getting a bit of a headache, so I took a break. I will end the stream in like 10 minutes or so. Yeah, not feeling too well right now, actually. Let's see, and then we slope down there and there. I think I'll be okay. Like, I get headaches every now and then. I actually do think part of the problem was I was just dehydrated. I should probably push this forward a little bit. Government of British Columbia states 1.3 to 2.7 by 2050. Q, is Canada gonna try and stop that? Dry in summer, wet in winter. Well, yeah, of course, that part. Cause Q, doesn't Canada have a whole bunch of tar sands and things? And does Canada? Oh, that's the other thing. Does Canada expect to profit from climate change? Because we were talking about the shipping routes earlier. I mean, I guess I mean not Canada. Does the Canadian government have this idea that Canada will actually profit from climate change? Because I think the Russians think they will profit from climate change, right? I think the Russians think that being a bit warmer would be great for them. Or at least, you know, Putin, I think, thinks that. I'm not sure though. Like, I'm trying to read their intents from their actions. I think Putin has said at one point, it would be great if Russia was a few degrees warmer. I mean, it's not that simple, of course, but I think he actually thinks that. break that there. Q says, page I'm reading says it's a challenge, but we can minimize impact if we prepare. Well, I mean, it'll be rude. It'll be rude to say it out loud. Also, am I dropping a lot of frames? It would be rude to, you know, the Pacific Islands if you say, we're gonna make money from this, so you're gonna drown. Russia and Canada seems to have huge amounts of methane trapped under permafrost, which is beginning to gas off. Yeah, that's alarming. Ontario expects. Would you like things to be warmer where you are, Cody? Would you personally profit from climate change? And if so, are you trying to release as much methane as possible by yourself? I feel like Russia and Canada have a bit of a conflict of interest regarding climate change. Oh, oops. One more block. My bad. One more block. 2, 3, 4. Cody says, I have to get back to you on that, but I wouldn't mind slightly warmer winters, I guess. I'm used to it though. The problem is all the unintended consequences. Like, you know, a lot of forest, I think, a lot of forest in Canada would just start catching on fire. Which is alarming. It's not all candy and rainbows. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, a while back there were huge fires in Russia, right? It was a few years ago now. Yeah, like all the trees, I mean, all the ecosystems would just shift. So all the existing stuff would either die or just catch on fire. And then new species will have to move in to take their place. It's gonna be a little bit of a problem. I mean, there's a chance that all the permafrost will start burning at some point, which is alarming. Sierra Club has maps stating 6-meter sea level rise. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible, 6-meter sea level rise. You know, my personal suspicion is that we'll stop it before it gets too bad. Like, we'll just go into geoengineering and just start throwing, I don't know, start throwing water into the air. Not that it will fix it, but it will buy us time to fix it by reducing carbon emissions. Like, it's gonna be a band-aid until we reduce emissions. Cody says it's interesting that it is a tree that literally spreads itself through forest fires. Yeah, well, I mean, if you adapt to it, you can do that. Like, fires don't really... well... depending on how severe the fire is. There have been fires so severe that even the trees that adapt to it have been overwhelmed, right? And so, like, I'm gonna end the stream in like 2 minutes. As you understand, that sea level rise is a lagging indicator. Yeah, that's right. Even if we stop all bad emissions now, sea level rise will still happen for the next few decades. Yes, but only if we continue to accumulate heat. If we block off the sun, if we just put up giant umbrellas or something and just block off the sun, then we'll stop heating up, and then the sea level rise won't continue. Cody says, so what you're saying is we should invest in surfing as a national sport. Might be a good idea, Cody. You missed the earlier part. I was saying we should probably invest in property around the Arctic Circle. Like we should just buy land around the northern coast of Canada and just sit on it for like 200 years, and then we'll be filthy rich. Property speculation, Cody. Like we just go buy a bunch of permafrost, and then in several hundred years' time, it'll be prime real estate. That's the spirit, Cody. Profiteering off disasters. Yeah. Cody says, what if we just dug up a lot of land, threw it into the water, made the oceans land? We probably need to. With all the sea level rises. That's the other thing. Let's work on that. Let's have let's make a landfill or a land reclamation company, because as the sea level rises, there'll be less land, and so you just take all the mountains and just shove it into the ocean. Q says, I suspect there's going to be a lot of eminent domain land grabs. There might be a Q. There probably will be. Alright, I'm gonna end the video here. I actually have to go get dinner too. Alright, so it's dinner time for me. I'm gonna stop the stream and also stop the video. I guess when we come back next week, we continue building the trackway to Nord over there. Alright, good chat guys. And let's work on this plan of buying land in the Arctic Circle.